What's up, guys? This is Time Serve with your boy Phil. How you doing, guys? Today we have an absolute asshole out of Judge Simpson's court. He is on domestic abuse charges with his wife and makes a series of absolute jerk off comments, and Judge Simpson ain't having it. So sit back, relax, get served. Let's do it.
Go back. Court calls the case, People versus Bradley Hudson.
Ashley Lottie for the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Uwe Dahl-Swithen on behalf of Bradley Hudson. Bradley, would you please unmute and identify yourself?
Good morning, Bradley Hudson.
And Your Honor, today is the date and time for a PCC.
She frozen.
She froze.
7694A. Count 1 would be dismissed, and I understand that the defendant is going to take advantage of that today.
Okay, so hold on a moment. You broke up, you stopped, so I did not hear any of that.
Sure. So there's an offer, plead guilty to count 2 with 4A, which is domestic violence first offense.
Okay.
Dismiss count 1. He's going to do it today.
All right.
Yes, Judge, that's the understanding. Thank you for the offer and the time to review and consider it. Mr. Hudson has been prepped for both the advice of rights portion and the plea giving, and we're ready to proceed. I would.
This attorney sounds like a Captain America supervillain that works for the Hydra. But he's great. I love him. But he's like a supervillain to me every time I hear his voice.
Ask the court to treat this as a plea under Section 4A and for sentencing in that matter.
All right, Mr. Hudson, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
State your name for the record.
Bradley Hudson.
All right, Mr. Hudson, it is this court's understanding you're going to plead guilty to the charge of domestic violence. That is a misdemeanor. It is punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding all of that, you still wish to plead guilty?
I do.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
I understand that, Your Honor.
Because of that, you're also giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that, sir?
I do, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of rank?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
I was married for 9 years, but no.
Oh,
Pardon?
I said I was married for 9 years.
Oh.
No one's ever threatened.
Yes, that was actually, given the circumstances, a horrible joke. Has anybody threatened you or coerced you in any manner whatsoever to get you to plead to this charge?
No, Your Honor.
Simpson,
Has
baby.
anybody? You're doing this voluntarily
And he's laughing. Look at this
Yes,
guy
Your Honor.
laughing. He's got a domestic
of
abuse
your own
charge.
free will,
Yes,
He can't.
and because you believe that you are indeed guilty of this offense?
I do.
November 17, 2022, at the location of 5841 Sunrise Drive, Pittsfield Township, Washington County, State of Michigan. What'd you do on that date involving a Claire Hudson that makes you think that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes.
What?
What did you do,
do
Brad?
on that day?
Oh, do you want me to describe? So the evening of November 17th, 2002, at our shared home in Pittsfield Township, Claire had possession of my phone, and I sought to retrieve the phone from her. In the process, we ended up wrestling over said phone. which included wrestling on the ground, and that I did exert some weight and strength in that process. That this was not consented to by Claire, and it exceeded what may have been allowed under the law in this circumstance.
What did you do?
He can't admit it. He can't
Miss
admit it.
Hudson is who to you?
She's my wife.
Okay. At some point, she comes into possession of your phone, right?
Correct.
Did you want her to have possession of your phone?
No.
And then the very fact that she had your phone, what did you then do to try to retrieve your phone?
Well, she ran out of the house with it, and I chased after her, and I stopped her, and then I tried
How
grabbing
did
the
you
phone.
stop her?
I reached around from behind her and grabbed her from behind. And then I tried grabbing the phone, and that's when we fell to the ground, and we started having a tug of war pretty much over the phone, ended up rolling around our front yard.
When you grabbed her, you didn't have her permission to do that, did you?
No, I didn't.
And you did it on purpose, is that correct?
To attempt to retrieve my phone. Yes, Your Honor.
Serenity now! Serenity now!
No.
You grabbed her on purpose, correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. I did grab her on purpose. Yes.
And you didn't have her consent to do that because she was running away from you, right?
Correct.
Counsel, have I complied with the court rule and would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Your Honor, to get around because I think the defendant has now introduced statements that it was his phone that she had against his will. I think it's going to be necessary for him to articulate where she found the phone because it was recording her without her knowing about it, as stated in count one.
Oh.
It wasn't like she took it from him. I think that needs to be articulated to get around that issue.
I missed that part.
Otherwise, maybe we can come back and try this another day, but it seems that Mr. Hudson's not taking this very seriously at all.
Not so, Your Honor. But to the point
Super
that
villain.
Mrs. Hudson came into possession by fault of Mr. Hudson, that is correct and admitted to.
Hell Hydra.
Judge, I believe to your earlier question whether it would be proper to accept this plea, I believe the basis is there. It was unconsented to forceful touching of Mrs. Hudson when she
But
didn't
your
want to.
client then stated, and I tried to get past it, but given what's been said, your client then stated he did that to retrieve his phone as if she may have had it improperly. So, well, why don't we just get it? Why'd she have your phone?
She had my phone because my son found it on the staircase. And when my son gave my phone to her, I was taking our daughter to gymnastics. I left the house. When my son found the phone, he took it to his mom and gave it to her, and she believed that it was in recording state.
Oh, it was,
recording.
dude. Come on. Come on, bro.
Recording what?
Her friend was over, and they were having a few drinks, and she just got back from a work trip, and she thought I was trying to record their conversation.
Uno momento, por favor.
Is that enough? We'll get it all out in pre. I mean,
Simpson had enough, man. This guy.
I believe
I
it's
think
plenty,
I
yes.
have enough to plea. Miss Lundy.
I think it's enough for the plea.
They just want to get a hit engaged.
I think
so,
Get him
too.
out of here.
Court will accept the defendant's plea to guilty. The defendant's plea of guilty to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered. Sentencing in this matter will be
February 13th at 1 p.m.
February 13th, 2023, 1 p.m., and that is before me. And, you know, take a lot of pleas, and I'm sure, Mr. Dowse, you can let your client know this. I think he ought to quit trying to skirt around what the facts are, because I'm going to figure them out. And it's going to play an impact in terms of what his sentence is in this case, because I don't have to give him 4A.
Gotta love it.
But I think he needs to just, and when he talks to my probation department, he needs to be truthful about what's gone on. Because if they have the feeling that he's not truthful, and if come time of sentencing, I feel he's not truthful, this can all go sideways for everybody but me. Thank
We
you.
shall be truthful, Judge.
Mr. Rogers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Court calls the
you.
case of the people versus Nicholas Seuss.
Ashley Lonnie for the people.
Good afternoon.
All right, guys, that's it. That was another great clip from Judge Simpson. This guy was just a douchebag. He's part of my French, but I mean, come on. You tackled your wife to the ground, grabbed the cell phone because you were recording her. Now you're living in a one-bedroom apartment. Did you see his apartment? That's why he's pissed off. He can't accept the plea. All right, guys, that's it. It's your boy Phil. Another quick clip. You've been served.